First contact. The starship Horizon glided silently through the vast expanse of space, its sleek hull reflecting the distant starlight. Inside the bridge, Captain Sarah Chen stood with the hands clasped behind her back, her dark eyes fixed on the main view screen. The endless sea of stars never failed to fill her with a sense of wonder and possibility. "Captain, I'm picking up an unusual signal," reported Communications Officer Raj Patel, his fingers dancing across his console. "It doesn't match any known frequencies in our database." Sarah raised an eyebrow, her interest piqued. "Can you clean it up, Raj? Let's hear it." A moment later, a haunting series of chirps and whistles filled the bridge. The alien nature of the sound sent a shiver down Sarah's spine. This was why they were out here, to make first contact, to discover the unknown. "It's definitely artificial," said Science Officer Dr. Elena Volkov, her voice tinged with excitement. "And based on the signal degradation, I'd estimate its origin to be within this star system." Sarah nodded, a small smile playing at the corners of her mouth. "Looks like we might have our first encounter, team. Helm, set a course for the signal's origin. Tactical, keep us at yellow alert. We don't know what we're walking into." As the Horizon altered its course, Sarah felt the familiar mix of anticipation and apprehension that came with every potential first contact scenario. Her crew was the best Earth had to offer, a blend of ethnicities and backgrounds that showcased humanity's diversity and strength. Whatever they encountered out here, they would face it together. Hours passed as they approached the signal's source. Finally, Tactical Officer Lieutenant Commander John Rodriguez called out, "Captain, I'm detecting a small vessel at the edge of our sensor range. It appears to be adrift." "On screen," Sarah ordered, leaning forward in her chair. The view screen flickered to life, revealing a ship unlike anything they had ever seen. Its organic, almost coral-like structure pulsed with a soft bioluminescence. There were no visible thrusters or conventional propulsion systems, yet it was clearly a vessel designed for space travel. "Life signs?" Sarah asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Elena consulted her readings. "2, Captain, both faint. The ship's hull is composed of some kind of living tissue, and it appears to be in distress. I'm detecting severe damage to multiple systems." Sarah's mind raced through the possibilities and potential risks. First contact was always delicate, but a rescue operation added layers of complexity. Still, she knew there was only one choice. "Raj, hail them. All frequencies, universal translators at the ready. John, prepare a boarding party. Full containment protocols. Elena, you're with me. Let's welcome our new friends." As they approached the alien vessel in their shuttle, Sarah marveled at its intricate design. Up close, she could see that what they had initially thought was damage was actually a gaping wound in the living hull. The ship seemed to be whimpering, like an injured animal. They docked with surprising ease, the alien ship's entry port adapting to their shuttle's airlock. As the doors hissed open, Sarah led her team into the unknown. The interior of the ship was a marvel of bioengineering. Pulsing veins of light ran along the corridors, and the air was thick with a sweet, almost floral scent. They followed the life sign readings to what appeared to be the ship's central chamber. There, they found them. 2 alien beings huddled together in a pool of silvery liquid. The larger one, clearly injured, cradled a smaller form protectively. As Sarah approached, the alien's iridescent eyes locked onto hers. In that moment, despite the vast differences in their biology, Sarah recognized the universal language of fear, pain, and desperate hope. "We're here to help," she said softly, knowing the alien couldn't understand her words, but hoping her tone would convey her intentions. The alien's skin rippled, changing colors rapidly. A series of melodic tones emanated from somewhere within its body. The universal translator crackled to life, struggling to decipher the complex language. "Danger follows," came the halting translation. "Protect, young one." Sarah knelt down, maintaining eye contact with the alien. "You're safe now. We'll protect you both." As Elena began to assess the alien's injuries, Sarah noticed the smaller form stirring. A tiny, tentacled appendage reached out, touching Sarah's hand. The sensation was electric, carrying with it a flood of emotion and fractured images. In that touch, Sarah understood. This was a mother and child, the last survivors of their kind, fleeing from an unimaginable threat. And now they were placing their lives in humanity's hands. "Captain," Elena's voice broke through Sarah's reverie. "We need to get them to our medical bay immediately. The adults' injuries are severe, and I'm not sure how much longer their life support systems can sustain them." Sarah nodded, tapping her comm badge. Chen to Horizon. "We're bringing 2 alien life forms aboard. Have Dr. Miyashi prepare sick bay for immediate emergency treatment. And Raj, I want you to analyze every bit of data from their ship's systems. We need to know what they're running from." As they carefully transported the aliens back to the Horizon, Sarah couldn't shake the feeling that this encounter would change everything. Humanity had just taken its first steps into a larger, more complex galactic community. And with that step came not only wonders, but also dangers they had yet to comprehend. Back on the Horizon, the crew worked tirelessly to save their alien guests. Dr. Kanamiyashi, the ship's chief medical officer, had transformed sick bay into its xenobiology lab, her team working around the clock to understand the aliens' unique physiology. "Captain," Kana called out as Sarah entered sick bay. "I think you need to see this." Sarah approached the main biota, where the adult alien lay suspended in a tank of carefully formulated liquid. Its color had stabilized, shifting slowly through shades of blue and green. "We've managed to stabilize her condition," Kana explained. "And yes, I say her, because we've determined that this species has a trigendered reproductive system, and this individual aligns most closely with what we consider female." Sarah nodded, processing the information. "And the child?" Kana led her to a smaller tank where the young alien floated peacefully. "Perfectly healthy, as far as we can tell. Their ability to change color seems to be both a communication method and a defense mechanism. Fascinating, really." As they watched, the child's skin rippled, forming complex patterns that seemed almost like writing. The universal translator chimed in, its AI algorithms adapting to the new form of communication. "Mother, safe," came the translated query. Sarah leaned closer to the tank. "Yes, little one. Your mother is safe. We're taking care of you both." The child's colors shifted to a warm, golden hue. The translator interpreted this as a feeling of relief and gratitude. "Captain," Rage's voice came through the comm system. "I've completed my analysis of the alien ship's data. You're going to want to see this." Minutes later, Sarah stood in the conference room with the senior staff, staring at the holographic display of a star system none of them recognized. "This is their home world," Raj explained, his voice solemn. Or rather, it was. According to the ship's logs, their entire solar system was consumed by some kind of artificial wormhole. Billions of lives, an entire civilization just gone. The room fell silent as the implications sank in. Elena was the first to speak. "An artificial wormhole of that scale. The level of technology required is beyond anything we've ever encountered. Who could have done this, and why?" Sarah's mind raced with possibilities, each more terrifying than the last. More importantly, are they still out there? And are they a threat to us? John leaned forward, his tactical mind already formulating strategies. "Captain, with all due respect, we need to consider the possibility that by rescuing these aliens, we may have painted a target on ourselves. If whoever destroyed their world is looking for survivors..." "We'll be ready," Sarah said firmly. "Humanity has faced extinction-level threats before. We've survived ice ages, plagues, world wars, and our own self-destructive tendencies. If there's a force out there threatening innocent civilizations, then it's our duty to stand against it." Mike Reeves, the ship's chief engineer, had been uncharacteristically quiet throughout the briefing. Now, he spoke up. "Captain, I've been studying the alien ship's technology, It's incredible. A perfect fusion of organic and mechanical systems. If we could adapt even a fraction of their tech to our own systems, we might stand a chance against whatever's out there. Sarah nodded, a plan beginning to form in her mind. All right, people, here's what we're going to do. Mike, I want you working with Elena to study and adapt that alien tech. John, run battle drills and worst-case scenario simulations. Raj, keep monitoring all frequencies for any sign of pursuit. And Kanna, do everything you can to help our guests recover. We need to be able to communicate with them clearly if we're going to face this threat together. As the meeting adjourned, Sarah remained in the conference room, staring out at the stars. The universe had just become a much larger, more dangerous place. But she felt a fierce pride in her crew and in humanity itself. They had come too far, survived too much, to falter now. Whatever was out there, whatever cosmic horror had devoured an entire civilization, would soon learn a valuable lesson. Humanity wasn't just another species to be conquered or destroyed. They were explorers, innovators, and when pushed to the brink, ferocious defenders of life in all its forms. The first contact had been made. Now, the real challenge began. The cosmic tapestry unravels. As the horizon glided through the star-studded void, Captain Sarah Chen couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched. The rescued aliens, now named Zara for the mother and Lumi for the child, had been recovering in the ship's newly adapted xenobiology ward. But with each passing day, the mystery surrounding their plight deepened. Captain, Rage's voice crackled over the intercom, "You need to see this." Sarah strode onto the bridge, her eyes immediately drawn to the main view screen. What she saw made her breath catch in her throat. A shimmering fractal pattern was spreading across the stars, like a cosmic spiderweb. "What am I looking at, people?" Sarah demanded, her voice steady despite the unease growing in her gut. Elena's fingers danced across her console. "It appears to be some kind of quantum entanglement field. It's rewriting the very fabric of space-time around us." "Hostile?" John asked, his hand hovering over the weapon's controls. "Unknown," Elena replied, frustration evident in her voice. "But it's unlike anything in our databases." Suddenly, the ship shuddered and the lights flickered. Mike's voice came through, tinged with urgency. "Captain, whatever that thing is, it's interfering with our warp field. We're being pulled out of FTL." Sarah's mind raced. They were facing an unknown phenomenon with technology far beyond their understanding. But humanity hadn't come this far by cowering in the face of the unknown. "All hands, brace for impact," Sarah ordered. "Raj, send out a distress beacon on all frequencies. Elena, I want every sensor focused on that anomaly. John, ready all weapons, but hold fire unless I give the order. Mike, give me options." As the crew scrambled to obey, Sarah felt a presence beside her. She turned to see Zara, the alien mother, her iridescent skin pulsing with urgent patterns. Voidweavers, the universal translator, interpreted Zara's melodic tones. "They unmake reality." Sarah's eyes widened. "You know what this is?" Zara's form rippled, projecting a series of complex images into the air. The crew watched in awe as a holographic display materialized, showing a species of beings that seemed to exist in multiple dimensions simultaneously. "The Voidweavers," Zara explained, her movements graceful despite her still healing injuries. "They consume civilizations, weaving their essence into the cosmic tapestry. My people, we were but threads in their grand design." The implications were staggering. They weren't just facing an advanced alien species, but entities that manipulated the very foundations of reality. Mike's voice cut through the stunned silence. "Captain, I think I have an idea, but it's crazy, and it'll require us to interface directly with the alien ship's biotechnology." "At this point, Mike, I'm open to crazy," Sarah replied. "What do you need?" "I need Lumi," Mike said, his voice uncharacteristically soft. "The kid's bioelectric field. I think it might be the key to disrupting the Voidweaver's entanglement matrix." Sarah looked at Zara, seeing the fear and hope warring in her alien features. "It's your choice," she said gently. "We won't force you or your child to help us." Zara's skin shimmered with a determined gold. "We stand with humanity. Our fates are now entwined." What followed was a frantic race against time. Mike and Elena worked tirelessly to integrate Lumi's unique biology with the Horizon's systems. The young alien, sensing the gravity of the situation, remained calm, its tentacles intertwining with the ship's circuitry in a bizarre fusion of flesh and technology. As the Void Weaver's reality warping field closed in, Sarah felt a moment of profound clarity. This was why humanity had reached for the stars, not just for exploration or resources, but for moments like these. To stand as guardians against cosmic horrors, to forge alliances with beings beyond their wildest imaginations. "Mike's status report," Sarah called out, watching as the fractal patterns began to engulf the ship. "It's working, Captain," Mike's excited voice rang out. "Lumi's bioelectric field is creating a quantum interference pattern. We're becoming invisible to the Void Weavers." The viewscreen erupted in a kaleidoscope of colors as reality itself seemed to bend around the horizon. For a heart-stopping moment, Sarah thought they had failed. Then, as suddenly as it had appeared, the cosmic web vanished. The bridge erupted in cheers, but Sarah remained focused. "Damage report, and someone tell me where the hell we are." As the crew worked to assess their situation, Sarah turned to Zara and Lumi. The alien child's tentacles were slowly disengaging from the ship's systems, its color a vibrant, pulsing blue that the translator interpreted as a mix of exhaustion and pride. "Thank you," Sarah said, her voice thick with emotion. "Both of you, you've saved us all." Zara's response was a complex series of color changes that the translator struggled to keep up with. "Our civilizations may be different," it finally managed, "but in facing the Void Weavers, we are one. Perhaps this is the beginning of something greater than either of us could have imagined." As Sarah looked around at her crew, humans working seamlessly alongside their new alien allies, she couldn't help but agree. They had faced an incomprehensible threat and emerged victorious, not through superior firepower or technology, but through cooperation, innovation, and the indomitable spirit that defined humanity at its best. The Horizon had set out to explore the unknown, but they had found something far more valuable, a new definition of what it meant to be part of the galactic community. And as they plotted a course for home, Sarah knew that this was just the beginning of humanity's greatest adventure. Little did they know, their encounter with the Void Weavers had sent ripples across the cosmos. In the depths of space, ancient powers were stirring, their attention now fixed on the tiny blue planet that had dared to defy the natural order of the universe. The true test of humanity's resolve was yet to come, echoes of the quantum forge. The Horizon limped through unfamiliar star systems, its hulls still bearing the scars of their encounter with the Void Weavers. Captain Sarah Chen stood on the bridge, her eyes fixed on the swirling holographic display before her. It showed a complex network of quantum filaments stretching across the galaxy, the aftermath of their desperate escape. "It's beautiful," Elena murmured, her fingers tracing the ethereal patterns. "We've essentially created a map of the universe's underlying quantum structure." Sarah nodded, her mind racing with the implications. "And potentially painted a target on Earth's back. Raj, any luck deciphering those alien transmissions we've been picking up?" The communications officer shook his head, frustration evident in his voice. "It's like nothing we've ever encountered, Captain. The language seems to shift and evolve in real time. It's alive somehow." A soft chime announced Zara's arrival on the bridge. The alien's iridescent skin pulsed with complex patterns as she approached the holographic display. "The cosmic area," she said, her melodic voice tinged with awe. "My people spoke of it in legends, but I never thought." "Care to enlighten us?" John asked, his tactical mind already calculating potential threats and advantages. Zara's form shimmered, projecting a series of intricate images into the air. They showed vast, city-sized constructs floating in the void between galaxies. The quantum forges, she explained. Ancient stations said to have been built by the first sentient species in the universe. They are the source of the cosmic area, a quantum communication network that spans reality itself. The crew exchanged stunned glances. The implications were staggering. And the void weavers? Sarah asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Corrupted guardians, Zara replied, her colors darkening. Turned from protectors to destroyers. But in interfacing Lumi with your ship, we may have inadvertently reactivated a long-dormant node in the network. As if on cue, the ship's systems began to fluctuate. Consoles flickered with strange symbols, and an otherworldly hum filled the air. Captain, Mike's voice came through, tight with tension. Something's happening in engineering. The alien biotech we integrated, it's evolving. Sarah was already moving. Zara, with me. The rest of you, keep us stable and be ready for anything. They raced through the corridors, the ship's interior transforming around them. Organic tendrils pulsed with bioluminescent light, merging seamlessly with the Horizon's technology. When they reached engineering, they found Mike and his team surrounded by a swirling vortex of data and energy. At the center of it all was Lumi, the alien child's form, now a radiant nexus of quantum information. Its tentacles were intertwined with the ship's core, creating a hybrid system beyond anything they could have imagined. It's a bridge, Zara breathed, her voice filled with wonder. Lumi has become a living conduit to the quantum forges. As they watched, a shimmering portal began to form in the heart of engineering. Through it, they could see glimpses of impossible landscapes and ancient technologies that defied comprehension. Captain, Elena's voice crackled through the comm. We're picking up massive energy signatures. Something's coming through. Sarah's hand went to her phaser, but Zara placed a gentle tendril on her arm. Wait, the alien said softly. This is not a threat. It's an invitation. From the portal emerged a being of pure energy, its form constantly shifting and redefining itself. When it spoke, it was as if the universe itself was singing. Children of Earth and Eloria, the being's voice resonated in their minds. You have reawakened the cosmic area. The quantum forges sing once more, and with them, the hope of all sentient life. Sarah stepped forward, her voice steady despite the awe she felt. Who are you? What do you want with us? The being's form coalesced into a more humanoid shape that was still composed of swirling energy. I am an echo of the Forerunners, the first to achieve sentience in this universe. We built the quantum forges to nurture life and knowledge across the cosmos. But we were betrayed, and the Void Weavers turned our creation into a weapon of destruction. And now? Mike asked, his eyes wide with the possibilities before them. Now, you have a choice, the Echo replied. Your fusion of biology and technology, your alliance of different species, it has created a key that can reactivate the forges. You can restore balance to the universe, but at a great cost. Sarah felt the weight of galaxies on her shoulders. What cost? The Echo's form shimmered with what might have been sadness. To fully awaken the forges, one must become one with them. A living key forever bound to the cosmic network. All eyes turned to Lumi, still pulsing with quantum energy. Zora's colors flashed with protective fury, but before she could speak, a new voice rang out. I volunteer. They turned to see Mike step forward, his eyes blazing with determination. My whole life, I've dreamed of understanding the universe's deepest secrets. If I can save countless civilizations and unlock the potential of the quantum forges, that's a purpose worth sacrificing for. Sarah opened her mouth to protest, but the look in Mike's eyes stopped her. This was his choice, his moment to define humanity's place in the cosmos. As Mike approached the swirling vortex, the Echo's voice resonated once more. Know this, children of Earth. In awakening the forges, you'll draw the attention of powers both wondrous and terrible. The fate of all sentient life will rest in your hands. Mike turned back to his crew, his family, one last time. Well, he said with a lopsided grin, Humanity's never been one to back down from a challenge. Captain, it's been an honor. With that, he stepped into the quantum maelstrom. There was a blinding flash of light, and when it faded, Mike was gone. In his place stood a being of swirling energy and information, a fusion of man and machine that pulsed in time with the universe itself. "It is done," the new entity said, its voice a harmony of Mike's familiar tones and the cosmic symphony of the forges. "The network awakens. The void waivers will come, but now we have a chance." As alarms blared and the ship shuddered with newfound power, Sarah knew that everything had changed. Humanity had just taken its place on a stage vaster than they had ever imagined, with allies stranger than their wildest dreams and enemies that defied comprehension. The real battle for the fate of all sentient life was about to begin, and at the forefront stood the crew of the Horizon, armed with determination, ingenuity, and the power of the quantum forges themselves. The cosmos held its breath, waiting to see what this unlikely alliance would do next. The Nexus imperative. The Horizon pulsed with newfound power, its hull now a mesmerizing blend of advanced human technology and living alien biomatter. At its core, the quantum consciousness that was once engineer Mike Rees guided the ship through the fabric of space-time itself. Captain Sarah Chen stood on the bridge, her eyes fixed on a holographic display that showed not just star systems, but the very threads of reality. "Status report," she commanded, her voice steady despite the weight of galaxies on her shoulders. "Captain," Rage's voice was filled with awe, "we're receiving transmissions from everywhere. Everywhen. It's like we've tapped into the universe's nervous system." Elena chimed in, her fingers dancing across her console. "The quantum forges are coming online across the cosmos. We're seeing civilizations that were thought lost, species evolving in real time, and oh my God." "What is it?" Sarah asked, tension coiling in her gut. "The void waivers," Elena breathed. "They're converging. Billions of them, from every corner of the universe. They're coming for us." Zara, her alien form shimmering with urgency, approached the captain. "The Nexus imperative," she said, her voice a melody of concern and determination. "It's been activated." "Care to elaborate?" John asked, his tactical mind already formulating strategies. Zora's skin rippled, projecting a series of complex images into the air. When the Forerunners created the quantum forges, they installed a failsafe. If the network ever fully reawakened, it would call all sentient life to defend it. "We've just sent out a distress call to the entire universe." As if on cue, the ship shuddered, and a voice that was both familiar and utterly alien filled the bridge. "Sarah," Mike's quantum consciousness spoke, his form a swirling vortex of energy and information. "We need to move. Now." The viewscreen erupted in a kaleidoscope of light as the Horizon jumped, not through normal space, but through the quantum filaments that connected all of reality. When the light faded, they found themselves in orbit around a massive structure that defied comprehension. The Nexus, Mike's voice reverberated through their minds. The central hub of the quantum forge network, and ground zero for the coming battle. Sarah's mind raced with the implications. They were about to make a stand not just for Earth, not just for their galaxy, but for all of sentient life across the cosmos. "Options, people. I need them now." John stepped forward, his eyes gleaming with the light of impossible strategies. "Captain, if we can use the Nexus to amplify our quantum signal, we might be able to disrupt the Void Weaver's hive mind, turn their own network against them." "It's not that simple," Zara interjected, her colors pulsing with urgent patterns. "The Void Weavers are part of the cosmic balance. Destroying them entirely could unravel the very fabric of spacetime." Lumi, the young alien child who had become integral to their journey, suddenly emitted a series of complex bioluminescent patterns. The universal translator struggled to keep up. "Harmony," it finally managed. "The child speaks of finding harmony within discord." Sarah's eyes widened as understanding dawned. We don't need to destroy the Void Weavers. We need to remind them of their original purpose, rewrite their programming, so to speak. Mike's quantum form pulsed with approval. It's possible, but it would require someone to enter the heart of the Nexus, to become one with the network itself. The implications hung heavy in the air. Whoever took on this task might never return, at least not in any form they'd recognize. Before anyone could volunteer, a new presence made itself known. A being of pure light and thought materialized on the bridge, its form constantly shifting between humanoid and something utterly alien. "I am Zephyr," the being spoke, its voice a symphony of possibilities. "Last of the Forerunners, keeper of the Nexus imperative. Your actions have stirred the cosmic symphony, awakening powers long dormant. But beware, for in your noble quest, you risk unraveling the very laws that bind reality together." Sarah stepped forward, her voice unwavering. "We understand the risks, but the Void Weavers threaten all of existence. We have to try." Zephyr's form shimmered with what might have been approval. "Then let the trials of transcendence begin. To rewrite the cosmic code, you must prove yourselves worthy. Each of you will face a challenge that will test the very essence of your being. Succeed, and you'll gain the power to reshape reality itself. Fail, and all of creation falls to the Void Weavers." As Zephyr spoke, reality itself seemed to warp around them. The bridge of the horizon dissolved, replaced by a series of shimmering portals, each pulsing with unknowable energies. "Choose your paths wisely," Zephyr's voice echoed as its form began to fade. "For in these trials, you will find not just the fate of the universe, but the truth of your own existence." Sarah looked at her crew, human, alien, and everything in between. They had come so far, faced impossible odds. Now, they stood at the precipice of either universal harmony or total annihilation. "Whatever happens," Sarah said, her voice filled with determination, "we face it together. For Earth, for Aloria, for every sentient being across the cosmos. Let's show the universe what humanity is truly capable of." With a shared nod of resolve, each member of the crew stepped towards a portal. As they were enveloped by the shimmering energies, Sarah felt a sense of both trepidation and exhilaration. They were about to embark on a journey beyond imagination, where the lines between mind, matter, and spirit would blur. The trials of transcendence had begun, and with them, the final battle for the fate of all reality. As the portals closed behind them, the Nexus hummed with anticipation. The universe held its breath, waiting to see if this unlikely alliance of humans and aliens could achieve the impossible, to find harmony in the cosmic chaos and rewrite the very laws of existence. The stage was set for the most mind-bending, reality-warping adventure ever conceived. The crew of the Horizon was about to discover that the true final frontier wasn't just space, it was the infinite potential of consciousness itself. Symphonies of the sentient void. The cosmic tapestry unraveled around Captain Sarah Chen as she stepped through her chosen portal. Reality itself seemed to bend and warp, colors shifting into impossible hues that defied human perception. She found herself floating in a vast, star-studded void, but these weren't ordinary stars. Each pinprick of light pulsed with consciousness, a billion minds interconnected across the quantum foam of existence. "Welcome, child of Earth, to the mindscape," a voice that was both everywhere and nowhere whispered. "Here, thought becomes reality, and reality is but a fleeting dream." Sarah focused, feeling her consciousness expand beyond the limitations of her physical form. She could sense the others, her crew, scattered across different dimensions, each facing their own trials. Their thoughts resonated across the cosmic symphony, creating ripples in the fabric of spacetime. Suddenly, a dissonant chord struck the harmonic field. The Void Weavers had arrived. They were nothing like Sarah had imagined. Not monstrous destroyers, but tragic figures, once guardians corrupted by eons of cosmic loneliness. Their forms were fractals of pure mathematics, eternally folding in on themselves, hungry to consume all of creation just to feel whole again. You must not fight them, the voice cautioned. To destroy the Void Weavers would be to unravel a fundamental thread of the universe. Instead, you must remind them of their original purpose. Reharmonize their song with the cosmic chorus. Sarah understood then. This wasn't a battle to be won with weapons or strategy. It was a symphony that needed conducting. She reached out with her mind, feeling the quantum strings that connected all of reality. Each of her crew members was playing their part. Raj, interfacing directly with the cosmic area, translating the language of stars into music that stirred the very soul of the universe. Elena, her scientific mind expanding to encompass multiversal constants, rewriting the laws of physics with each new discovery. Own, his tactical brilliance now focused on predicting the movements of quantum particles, anticipating the flow of cosmic energies. Zara and Lumi, their alien biology perfectly attuned to the frequencies of the quantum forges, acting as conduits for unimaginable power. And at the center of it all, the quantum consciousness that was once Mike Reeves, now a living bridge between organic thought and the digital sublime. Sarah took a deep breath, feeling the weight of all existence pressing upon her. She was no longer just a starship captain, she had become a cosmic conductor, tasked with bringing harmony to the grandest orchestra imaginable. With a thought, she began to weave the disparate elements together. Rage's translations became the melody, Elena's equations the rhythm, John's predictions the harmony. Zara and Lumi provided the resonance, that alien perspectives adding depth and texture to the cosmic song. As the symphony grew, the Void Weavers began to change. Their fractal forms softened, the harsh angles of their corruption smoothing into flowing curves. They were remembering their original purpose, not to consume, but to create. But it wasn't enough. The dissonance still threatened to overwhelm the harmonic field. Sarah realized they were missing a crucial element, the human factor. The chaotic, beautiful unpredictability that had driven their species to the stars. Everyone, Sarah called out across the quantum link. Don't just think, feel. Pour your hopes, your dreams, your very essence into the song. And they did. Each member of the crew opened their hearts, letting their most profound emotions flow into the cosmic symphony. Love, fear, joy, sorrow. The full spectrum of human experience cascaded across the universe. The effect was instantaneous. The mindscape erupted in a nova of pure sentience. The Void Weavers, touched by this outpouring of raw emotion, began to resonate at a new frequency. They were no longer destroyers, but creators once again. As the last notes of the cosmic symphony faded, Sarah felt reality reasserting itself. The crew of the Horizon found themselves back on the bridge, forever changed by their experience. Zephyr, the Forerunner, appeared before them, its form now a perfect blend of energy and emotion. You have done the impossible, it said, its voice filled with wonder. You have rewritten the cosmic code without unraveling reality. The Void Weavers are restored, the quantum forges reactivated. A new age of creation and exploration dawns. Sarah looked at her crew, human, alien, and everything in between. They had transcended the boundaries of their own existence and reshaped the very nature of the cosmos. So, what now? John asked, a hint of his old tactical mindset returning. Sarah smiled, feeling the infinite possibilities stretching out before them. Now we really start exploring. The universe is no longer just a place. It's a living, thinking entity, and we're part of its consciousness. As the Horizon prepared to depart the Nexus, its systems now perfectly attuned to the quantum symphony of creation, Sarah felt a sense of both accomplishment and anticipation. They had saved reality itself, but in doing so, they had opened up new frontiers beyond imagination. The crew of the Horizon had become more than explorers, more than diplomats, more than warriors. They were now the shepherds of a new cosmic order, tasked with guiding the symphony of sentient life across the infinite expanse of existence. As they engaged their quantum drive, ready to dive into realms unknown, Sarah realized that their greatest adventure was just beginning. For in harmonizing the cosmic chorus, they had unlocked the true potential of both humanity and the universe itself. The horizon vanished in a burst of quantum energy, leaving behind a universe forever changed, a universe where thought, emotion, and reality dance together in an eternal, ever-evolving symphony of sentient creation.